Hi, I'm Jimmy. In this video, I'm going to walk through my top 5 dividend stocks that pay monthly dividends. Now, there are not many companies, or even industries for that matter, that pay monthly dividends. Most companies pay them quarterly. So, out of the list that I could find, I'm going to try to somewhat diversify this top 5 dividend list. That way, these monthly dividend stocks can get us closer, hopefully, to financial independence. Now, I'm not going to dive too deep into any one of these companies. That way we can get through all 5 companies fairly quickly. But if you think I should do a deeper dive on any one of the companies in this video, please let me know in the comments below and I'll try to put together that type of video. And one final thing is that there are a few interesting exchange-traded funds that pay monthly dividends as well. If you think I should do a video on the top 5 monthly dividend ETFs, please let me know in the comments below. Okay, let's kick it off. So our first company comes from the financial sector. It's called PennantPark Floating Rate Capital, ticker symbol PFLT. Now, what Pennant does is they're an investment company that provides loans and other financing types to middle market companies, so medium-sized companies. So in theory, these are riskier companies that they're loaning money to, therefore they could charge a higher interest rate. That's how they offer a dividend yield of slightly more than 9% on an annual basis. So they pay a monthly dividend of 9.5 cents per share every month. And right now, PFLT is trading at slightly more than $12 a share. Okay, so this is what their dividend history looks like going back the past few years. And as we could see, their dividend climbed to the current level a couple years ago, it's been there for a while. And it seems that analysts are expecting for this dividend yield to be maintained over the next couple of years. Analyst expectations are the ones in the green bars. Then, when we add earnings per share, well, we can see that broadly speaking, PennantPark has paid practically all of their profits in the form of dividends. That's a common theme among a lot of the companies that pay monthly dividends. They get tax advantages, many of them. They get tax advantages if they pay out most of their profits in the form of dividends. Okay, so that could be a good thing for dividend investors. Now, one negative thing to consider that I just want to bring out is that some of these companies, PennantPark Floating Rate Capital is a good example of this. Well, these are smaller companies, and these tend to trade much less than larger companies. So if you're trying to take a big position, that could be an issue you might run into. Just want to bring that out. I'm saving my favorite companies for the end, and those companies are a little bit bigger. So just for now, just be aware some of these companies are smaller. Okay, on to number 2. Next up, we have another company, our last company from the financial sector. This is called Horizon Technology Finance Corporation, ticker symbol HRZN. And as you could probably guess, they invest a lot in technology companies. That's their primary thing. And then they have some life science companies, some healthcare, some clean tech, companies along those lines. Right now, they have a dividend yield of slightly more than 9%. Once again, this is one of the smaller companies on the list with a market cap of about $190 million. So they're quite small. But what I do like about them is that they've paid 10 cents a month in dividends since the start of 2017. And this is what their dividend history looks like. And although their dividend dropped a few times, it seems that analysts are expecting for the current level to stick around for at least the next couple years. Then when we add earnings per share, well, once again, Horizon Technology tends to pay out most of their profits in the form of dividends. Okay, next up, we have another small company, our final small company, this one from the energy sector, and this one's called the Permian Basin Royalty Trust, ticker symbol PBT. Now, right now, they have a dividend yield of a bit more than 12%. Now, a royalty trust, if you haven't heard of them before, they're a lot like master limited partnerships are. They're often called MLPs. Royalty trusts act very similar, that both types of companies tend to offer very high dividend yields because once again, they pay out most of their profits in dividends. And when we look at their dividend history, well, we can see that their dividend history, this is a month to month, each line represents a different month. And we could see that this varies. Unlike the first 2 companies that were the same every month, this one varies based on how their oil and gas properties perform. And then when we add their annual dividend history, when we switch to the annual dividend history, well, we can see that they pay out exactly what they earn each year. Okay, interesting. This one could be worth a deeper dive, but it might be a bit small for some people. So next up, we switch over to the real estate sector where we have a specialized real estate investment trust called EPR Properties, ticker symbol EPR. EPR has a dividend yield of a bit more than 6%. And what they do is they focus on real estate in the entertainment sector. They own a lot of movie theaters. They own, I believe, a ski resort, golf resorts, water parks. I think they own a lot of the properties at the golf resort. It's like a golf bar thing. It's called Top Golf. They own a lot of those properties. So when we look at their dividend history, well, we can see that they've been quite steady for a few years. And then we add profits to this. Profits, in this case, we're using funds from operations. For real estate investment trusts, we generally want to use funds from operations, or FFO for short, not earnings per share. Well, we can see that funds from operations has consistently covered their dividends, which is exactly what we want to see. To me, this is one of the more interesting companies on the list. So again, maybe a deeper dive, let me know what you think. Okay, up next, we have a retail REIT, same sector, different focus, called Realty Income Corp, ticker symbol O. Just O. Okay, now they have a dividend yield of about 3.5%, and what they do is they focus on acquiring single-tenant retail locations, ideally leased under long-term agreements to national or regional chains. Think stores like Walgreens or Dollar General, or the gym called LA Fitness, places like that. And this is their dividend history. And we can see it's been fairly stable. And then when we add funds from operations, well, once again, we can see that they've been consistently covering their dividend, which is a good thing for us. Now, with many of the smaller companies on this list, we may be concerned about their sustainability if we happen to have a correction in the stock market and, in theory, a correction in the economy. And that's understandable. Oftentimes, smaller companies are riskier. Now, I actually did a video on the top 10 dividend stocks that have a history of performing well in stock market crashes. If you're curious about some of those names, well, this could be a good next video to watch. There's a link right here, and there's a link in the description below. And I really want to thank you for sticking with me all the way into the video. I really appreciate it. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next video.